There's one simple two-word question that has the power to change the world and make life better for everyone. But what's interesting is that same question also has the power to prevent us from ever getting what we want. The simple little question is, what if? Years ago, some people asked, what if we can give all the computers in the world the ability to talk to each other? And now we have the internet. Then someone said, what if we write a program where someone can tell the internet to search for something and the program will scour the entire internet and give them a list of all the places they can find answers? And now we have search engines. You get the picture. But on the other hand, what if can also paralyze us and prevent us from ever getting started? Here's a real world example. Lately, I've been lucky enough to work with hundreds of entrepreneurs every day in my private online community. They make posts with questions and I go in and answer them. And I've noticed something. The members who seem to make the least amount of progress are the ones that ask the most questions. But they aren't just asking any type of question. They're asking lots of what if questions. Like, what if I try this and it doesn't work? Or what if I get my ad rejected? Or basically, what if I fail? And you know what? They're supposed to ask those questions. It's not helpful, but it is natural. It's almost like a reflex. Here's what I mean. Our brain asks these hypothetical questions to protect us from future failure. It's pretty simple, really, because for most of us, failure equals pain. Our brains want to protect us from that pain, so they create all these what-if questions to keep us from ever getting started. After all, if we don't start, we don't fail, and therefore we don't feel pain. But our brains are pretty smart. They know we'll eventually catch on. So they make us feel like we're actually being productive by asking these what-if questions. Like, we're not just putting this off, we're just getting our ducks in a row. In fact, we're doing the right thing. Let's ask even more questions just to be sure. And our brain wins. It tells us we're being smart by asking these questions, and it hides the fact that we're never getting started in the first place. And I call this being in the what-if loop. And if we get stuck there, we will make zero progress. But we don't have to get stuck there in the what-if loop, especially since we know what's really going on. My friend Carl White once told me, dude, you don't have to believe everything your brain tells you. And man, that was some of the best advice I ever received. So how do we fix this? How do we wake up from the what-if trance? It's simple. First, accept the fact that not trying is failure in itself. Second, ask the magic question, which is it worth the risk? Here's an example. Let's say you know that content marketing works and you want to start creating content and growing your brand. It's a good call, by the way, because it really does work amazingly well. But let's say you're worried about the possibility that the content you make won't be well received. That's perfectly natural and perfectly normal. And that one little seed of worry can easily turn into a giant forest of what ifs if you're not careful. So here's how to fix it in about 30 seconds. First, imagine the worst case scenario. You create the content, it's not right, and nobody likes it. Literally nobody. They even leave rude comments. And all that effort was for nothing. It was a total failure. Next, let's look at the other possibility. You make the content, you put it out there, your market sees the content, and they like it. And you even make more content and your brand grows, and that leads to more and more customers. Now look at these two extremes. On one side, total failure. On the other side, success. Then I want you to ask yourself this one question. Is it worth the risk? Is the risk of the worst case scenario of your what if question worth the reward of your best case scenario? And if the answer is yes, then go ahead and create the content or do whatever it is you're what ifing over. Because chances are the thing you're worried about won't ever even happen. And even if it does, you've taken a risk and you have the potential to learn and grow from the experience. But chances are you'll actually succeed at what you're trying to do. And you want to know why? It's because you kept going. So get out there, create some stuff, or do whatever it is you're thinking about and have a good time. And you know what? Thanks for watching. Take it easy.